What's up, horror fans? Imagine dying, and then having to come back from the dead to literally solve your own murder because nobody else figured it out. Sounds like something straight out of a nightmare, right? Well, buckle up because today I'm telling you the absolutely chilling true story of Zona Heaster Shue, the woman who became the only ghost in American history to testify in court and get her killer convicted. And trust me, this story is going to mess with your head in ways you never expected. But first, if you love true ghost stories that'll keep you up at night, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell because we dive deep into the darkest corners of real-life horror. Let me paint you a picture of small-town West Virginia, 1897. We've got Erasmus Shue, 35, tall, handsome blacksmith with piercing blue eyes. He's married to gorgeous 23-year-old Zona, who had dark hair, dark eyes, and this infectious personality that everyone loved. Here's the thing, though. Zona's mother, Mary Jane, absolutely hated Erasmus. Something about this guy just rubbed her the wrong way. But Zona was stubborn and in love. Plot twist: Zona was pregnant, but having serious complications. She was sick all the time and looked absolutely miserable. So on January 23rd, 1897, Erasmus is working late at his blacksmith shop and sends his 11-year-old helper to check on Zona. The kid walks up to their house, knocks on the door. No answer. The house is pitch black and dead silent, which was not normal for Zona. He tries the unlocked door, steps inside, and calls out, "Mrs. Shue." And then he turns the corner toward the staircase. There's Zona, lying at the bottom of the stairs, perfectly still, one arm crossed over her chest like she's sleeping. But she's not sleeping. She's dead. The kid absolutely loses it, sprints home, and tells his mother, "Mrs. Shue is dead." When the doctor arrives an hour later, he finds Erasmus upstairs, cradling Zona's body in his arms, stroking her hair and sobbing uncontrollably. Looks like a devastated husband, right? But here's what's weird. During the entire examination, Erasmus never leaves Zona's side. He keeps brushing her hair, positioning it perfectly around her neck area. The doctor concludes she died from pregnancy complications. Case closed. At the funeral, right before they lower the coffin, Erasmus makes this big show of placing Zona's favorite scarf around her neck. But there's one person not buying any of this. Mary Jane, Zona's mother, is standing at that funeral with pure hatred in her eyes. Not sadness, not grief, just absolute, burning hatred directed at Erasmus. She storms off without talking to anyone, and that's when Mary Jane's behavior gets really bizarre. For the next month, she becomes a hermit, won't come to the door. Her husband starts sleeping in the barn. People see lights in her bedroom at all hours, see her pacing and dropping to her knees like she's in a trance. The whole town thinks Mary Jane has lost her mind from grief. They have no idea what she's actually doing. Here's what Mary Jane was really doing for that entire month. Every single night, she would light candles, drop to her knees and pray, but not for peace or strength. She was praying for her dead daughter's ghost to appear and tell her the truth about what happened. For 30 days straight, this woman tried to summon Zona's spirit. Then in February, something happened. Mary Jane is praying when suddenly this bright light appears in her room. The temperature drops. The light disappears. This happens 3 more times over the next few days. But on the 4th night, the light appears, and Mary Jane watches her daughter step out of it. Zona's ghost was dressed all in black, deathly pale skin, dark, empty eye sockets, hair hanging straight down. Mary Jane forces herself to ask, "How did you die?" The ghost opens her mouth, and dirt pours out. With this raspy, horrible voice, Zona's ghost tells her mother the truth. Erasmus seemed wonderful to everyone else, but behind closed doors, he was a monster who hit her and screamed at her. On the night she died, Erasmus flew into a rage over dinner. When Zona tried to calm him down, he grabbed her by the throat and strangled her. Then the ghost does something absolutely terrifying. She stops talking, gets this look of pure terror, and starts floating. Opens her mouth, but no sound comes out. Instead, all the air gets sucked in. Then there's this loud crack, The ghost's head violently whips around 180 degrees while her body stays still. She turns and walks away, but now her head is backward. So she's looking at Mary Jane and smiling. "Now do you see what he did to me?" she says, then vanishes. The very next morning, Mary Jane storms into the prosecutor's office. She tells him this wild story about her daughter's ghost, revealing that Erasmus murdered her. At first, the prosecutor thinks she's lost her mind. But as Mary Jane talks, something about her detailed story starts making sense. He remembers how Erasmus positioned Zona's hair during the examination, the scarf at the funeral. So they decide to dig up Zona's body. The next day, they exhume the coffin and re-examine her body at the local schoolhouse. Within 30 seconds, they see exactly what the ghost had revealed. They remove that scarf Erasmus had placed around Zona's neck, and there are fingerprint marks all over her throat. Her neck is dislocated. Her windpipe is crushed. Erasmus murdered his wife, and her ghost literally solved the case. Erasmus gets arrested immediately. At his trial, Mary Jane takes the stand and tells the jury about her daughter's ghost. The testimony is so compelling that the jury finds Erasmus guilty based primarily on a ghost's testimony. He gets life in prison but dies just 3 years later from a mystery illness. But here's the most disturbing part. After Erasmus dies, the truth comes out. He'd been married twice before Zona. One wife divorced him for being abusive. The other wife died in a freak accident, when a brick supposedly fell and hit her in the head while helping him fix their chimney. This guy was a serial killer, and Zona's ghost made sure he got caught. Today, there's a plaque near that West Virginia cemetery where Zona is buried. It reads, "Only known case in which testimony from a ghost helped convict a murderer." Think about that. A woman had to come back from the dead to get justice for her own murder because nobody else could figure it out. Mary Jane spent a month desperately trying to contact her daughter's spirit with just a gut feeling that something was wrong. And her daughter's ghost showed her exactly how she died. Makes you wonder, how many other victims are out there waiting for someone to listen? What do you think? Do you believe Mary Jane really saw her daughter's ghost? Or was this maternal intuition that uncovered the truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button and subscribe for more true ghost stories that'll keep you awake at night.